Thundercats and Master Universe. What a combination. Hey guys, Jay. Welcome back to the channel. So guys, it's been a little bit of a thin week for news, but certain things happen at the end of the week, which I'm going to be talking about a lot. As a matter of fact, I did a live stream with my good friend Danny Green over at Titans Talking Toys. We cover a lot of the stuff that we don't cover here on this channel, like Marvel Legends, DC Multiverse, a lot of import figures. You should definitely check that out. I'll have a link in the description below where we can check out those videos, and you can click this link right here where it'll direct you to that video, which you can check it out. Definitely give Titan Toys YouTube page a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. But today we're going to be talking about the Master Universe Cross Thundercats, as our good friends over at ToyHabits.com have been able to find brand new photos, leaked photos if you will, which depict the new Wave 2 images for HeMan, Tygra and Panthro, and I was absolutely gobsmacked when I saw these posted the other day. I want to take a deep dive and see exactly what's included with these figures and what kind of lore we can glean off of these photos, as these guys are looking absolutely spectacular. Let's have a look. Just wanted to give you a heads up that we will be at Ontario Collector Con this coming weekend. We will be there for the Mississauga Collectors Expo. Danny and I will definitely be there promoting El Dragoon at the Mississauga Comic Book Show, as well as showcasing Flipbar and the Champions of Nefertiti action figures. If you want to be among the first to be able to take a look at Flipbar and the Champions of Nefertiti, you can definitely see it here at the new Mississauga Comic Book Show and Mississauga Collectors Expo. El Dragoon, of course, is our new comic book project spearheaded by my good friend Danny Green of Danny Green Collects, telling the story of Juan Juanes, at one point the rising star of the luchador tag team world, until his entire life comes crashing down. It's a story of retribution, discovery of your own destiny, and of course, who is El Dragoon? Myself and Danny Green, along with our good friends Sebastian Nevas and writer Gilly Writes Comics, have been hard at work at this, and we are super excited to be bringing this to you. And you can see it firsthand at the Mississauga Comic Book Show. We first debuted this at Toylanta 2025 a number of weeks ago, and the response was incredible. We'll have some amazing prints for sale, along with some production artwork that you can see firsthand to see just how much work is being put into this production for this comic book. We are really excited to be able to showcase to you guys, and we hope that you guys will check us out at the Mississauga Comic Book Show, as well as take a look at Flipbar and the Champions of Nefertiti that will be there in person. You guys can actually play with these figures, be among some of the first ones to be able to check them out, check out the flipping features and all of the accessories that come with them. And of course, if you're still interested in picking up any of these action figures for yourself, they are available in Canada at titantoys.com. Definitely head over there, give each of these distributors a like and a follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Guys, Danny Green and myself are going to be at the Mississauga Comic Book Show Spring Edition 2025 at the Hilton Mississauga Meadowvale. We're super excited about this new show, and we look forward to seeing you guys there. I want to give a huge shout out to our good friends over at ToyHabits.com. Toy Habits is a wonderful news resource for toy news all year round. Give them a like and a follow, and tell them that Jay sent you. Toy Habits has done it once again, guys. They have found the official images for Wave 2 of Master Universe crossing over with Thundercats, and I want to take a deep dive into this and see exactly what they found on Amazon.com, because these images are absolutely rocking it. Let's have a look, everybody. If you head over to ToyHabits.com, the link is right on the front page, Wave 2 Official Images. This article was written by Michael, who found these just lying around on Amazon.com. Michael has been able to gather all of these incredible images, and I want to take a look at them right here, and let's have a look, guys. There he is, everybody. Master Universe Thundercats HeMan, the most powerful man in the universe, donning what looks like Eternian-style Thunderian armor. This is crazy. And of course, we get to see something very striking. The Sword of Omens with the Eye of Thundera seems to have unified with the Power Sword of HeMan, making an even greater Power Sword. Sword of Omens combination. I'm really eager to find out what the story is behind this in the mini comics, which will be included with each figure. But if we look closer at HeMan, what is going on? He looks like a feral version of HeMan, with his fleece on top of his shoulders, that headdress which looks like a metal version of Cat's skull, maybe a saber tooth or something like that. He has really long hair, very reminiscent of 2000X HeMan. King Grayskull, a very savage type of look for this particular version of HeMan. He even has a chest piece which is more reminiscent of the Eternia lion's head, which can either accept you into Eternia or reject you by swallowing you whole. We also see that he has a wrap on his forearm on the right-hand side, gauntlets, and this amazing looking shield, which appears to have fangs of its own. Fascinating. His loincloth is much shaggier than it usually is, coming all the way down practically to his knees. He even has a wrap on his right thigh, and his boots are much different than his traditional Eternian boots. They seem to have this additional tuft at the top of the shin, wrapped all the way down, but also have this leather type of appearance on the bottom half of the boot. Crazy. Taking a closer look at some of the solicitation photos, we really can't see all the additional attachments, and they are cast in this wonderful pearlescent type of plastic material, very much the same that they've been using for much of the armor sets, which seem to have this glossy appearance. I really am digging these fleece type of materials that they're using on the Turtles of Grayskull, as well as these ones here on Master Universe X Thundercats. It really looks kind of neat. And again, giving him that much more Dolph Lundgren appearance, as some people have been calling it, with the longer hair and the deeper set eyes. It really looks neat. He does have a wrap at the top of his right bicep, which is interesting. I've never seen that before with HeMan. And of course, the Sword of Thundera combined with the Sword of Power really does look neat in this overall iteration. There seems to be a little bit of damage here on the deco, but I think that's probably just from early prototypes and Paint Masters. He also has a removable wristband gauntlet type of idea, which is also very, very cool. He still sports that traditional Eternian belt, but as I said, that loincloth is really, really shaggy. And he has, as I said earlier, the wrap on his right leg, and those boots look unique compared to all of the other Eternian-style boots we've seen before. On the reverse side, with this iteration of HeMan, it looks like he's removed all of his Eternian-style garbs and is back to his traditional single strap set, very much in the style of HeMan, the most powerful man in the universe. We can see on the back that on one side of this new melding of the Sword of Omens and the Power Sword, one side has the open eye of Thundera, the other side has the Thunderian cat symbol, which represents the nobles of the Thundercats. And it's great to see HeMan here in his traditional appearance, as this is something which I think a lot of fans are going to be looking forward to, especially with this new hairstyle, very reminiscent of movie-style HeMan, or, as I said, King Grayskull from 2000X. HeMan is lifting the Sword of Omens Power Sword aloft, calling down the power of Eternia's third Earth. Fascinating, as that was actually described in one of the backing cards for this new line of figures. HeMan looks great. This new head sculpt looks amazing. I'm really impressed at the way they've recreated HeMan entirely, and I really do like the new hairstyle. It looks very much Dolph Lundgren-like, and he looks awesome with his traditional strap set, very much in the style of the cartoon collection. As a matter of fact, these figures look a little bit less detailed and more cartoonish, which is really much in line with the way the Thundercats are depicted here. HeMan himself comes with everything that you see here. His brand new look, his straps, the removable wrist gauntlets, the wraps that are on his leg and arm, as well as those feet. He also comes with this new strap set, and of course that fleece which surrounds the top of his shoulders, almost like pauldrons. That interesting looking shield with two fangs, as well as his tiger helm with the saber-tooth-like appearances. And of course we can't forget the Sword of Omens, combined with the Power Sword, looking so great. When this goes up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth, I will have links in the description below where you guys can pick this guy up. Moving on to Wave 2's first Thundercat in the line, it is indeed Tigra, the scientific mind of the Thundercats, and second in command next to Lion-O. Here we can see he has a bolo, which is made of a nylon rope, as well as a plastic 3-boloed whip, very reminiscent of Tigra's original release. He also sporting this Eternian armor, which is made of a translucent material, very much like a hologram, which probably goes in line with his stealth-like abilities, which I really enjoy. The helmet looks very Predator-ish, and I think that's not by mistake. I think it's very much inspired by that type of idea. The armor looks very Eternian. It has chainmail on multiple areas. This one chain link wrap, which goes around the front of the armor set, along with the top pauldron, and he has two translucent forearm gauntlets, as well as two wrist guards, which really helped to unify the entire look. Moving down further, we can see that the Thunderian symbol is attached to the armor itself, and we can see that furry loincloth along with that Eternian-style belt being introduced into this particular version of Tigra. He also has Eternian-style boots, but still retains that open-toe feature. That's fascinating. Being able to remove all the Eternian armor really does give this an added feature for the Thundercats, as I think many Thundercats collectors are very eager to collect these figures for their scale, but at the same time would love to have the overall look for the Thunderians as they were depicted in the original cartoon. And here we see just that with Tigra, having a bit of a more cheeky type of smile that I've ever seen him wear. That's fascinating. He's even got an almost Jay Leno style of chin. Now, we have to remember that these early paint masters can change drastically before the final release. So take that with a grain of salt, as this version of Tigra might not look the same when he's finally released. But I do like the paint on the eyes. The overall look for Tigra is very well represented. And unlike Lion-O, his nose is painted perfectly, which I really appreciate. Moving down further, we can see that he does sport his traditional Thunderian garb with a single pauldron on his left arm. He has those two bands, almost look like he's rolling up his sleeves. A much better color detail here in this colorway for the overall leotard appearance. And of course, the color of his skin being orange in nature with the yellow hands. These might change in their overall appearance, as they should be more of the same color as his lighter parts of his skin, but that's a minor detail for now. Moving down further, he does actually have his Thunderian style boots, which really is a signature piece to Tigra, and of course his open-toed feet. Amazing. Here we see a bit of the back of Tigra, and I gotta say, I really am very much impressed with this overall design. This handle appears to be translucent in its overall appearance. That might change depending on the final release, but we really can see that Tigra is well represented for the Thunderian versions of the Thundercats. Taking a closer look at his Eternian armor, it really does appear as if it was very much inspired by, in my opinion, Predator, and if we look closer, we can actually see that there is a lot of Thunderian heraldry going on, as this appears to be the Eye of Thundera embedded into the top of his helmet, which coincides with the fact that Cheetara's tiara has the Eye of Thundera embedded on her forehead as well. The armor set is really well detailed, as I said earlier. I love these little spikes, very much reminiscent of Panthro in more ways than one. We see now that he actually has upper thigh armor pieces, which weren't originally added on the first solicitation photo. It's great to see that these are now attached here on the character. And again, those Eternian style boots with the upper tuft, they look really, really cool. Putting the whole piece together really does give him a menacing appearance, again, much like a predator on the hunt. I really do appreciate that open Eye of Thundera, really unifies the whole piece, and giving it almost a signature look for these Thunderian Eternian style armor pieces. Tigra comes with everything that you see here. The armor pieces, which are translucent, they may change in color as we've seen the two different versions pictured here, but they do look amazing. The bolo whip with the nylon string, the Thunderian boots, as well as his overall appearance with or without the armor set, and it's going to be great to be able to get this version of Tigra. Although I do have to say, that smiling face, fascinating in its overall appearance. I wonder if it has something to do with the story inside the comic book. I guess we'll find out. And finally, one of the most anticipated figures in the collection, it is the mighty Panthro. He looks pretty menacing here with this Eternian style armor, and I gotta tell you, there's some craziness going on here. He has what appears to be a morning star, which he uses like a flail attached to his forearm, which he can swing around to knock all of his opponents off balance. It's crazy. Moving over to his armor set on his chest as well as his head, it appears to have his own sort of face mask. This time it's more of a almost Thunderian Eternian mix. There are no holes in this particular version of the armor, but it really does give him that more menacing look, almost demonic in appearance, to be perfectly honest with you. He's sporting a man-at-arms type of face shield with a rebreather at the bottom. Perhaps he can use this to swim or to defend against chemical attacks. And he also has looks more like a shoulder pauldron or armband. Maybe we'll see it a little bit better on other shots. On this version of Panthro, we can actually see that his strap set is colored properly. The top spikes are actually colored in a silver material, which I really appreciate. And we can see that Eternian sash along with a traditional Eternian belt covering his traditional straps and the symbol of Thundera, which is odd in my opinion. Keeping in line with the man-at-arms theme, he has a single shin protector, which looks awesome in this overall new design. And of course, he has the Thunderian boots, really giving him a unique look among all of these crossover figures. Removing all that armor reveals a much more familiar Panthro, and I think that a lot of people have mentioned this earlier. His arms are just a little too long on the forearm section, and I think that has something to do with his new attachments. As you can see, the forearm on the flail looks a little bit long for a particular reason, but overall, I have to say that he looks pretty good. I think if you foreshorten the arms a little bit, he would look even better. But for me, it's not really a deal breaker. It really is up to personal preference. He is sporting his traditional nunchaku with the extra long chain. And looking at him with his Eternian armor set as he is normally depicted really will bring fans into this line, as it really looks amazing on Panthro. His overall face sculpt is pretty good, although I have to say, with this early paint master, is something we have to take with a grain of salt. The eye paint and everything about it might be changing later on, so we'll just have to wait and see what his final appearance will look like. His legs are awesome, and he has those ninja-style boots now that they've been replaced. and I really appreciate all the details they've been putting into these figures. Bravo to the designers and sculptors at Mattel. You guys are killing it. Wow, looking at these solicitation photos, it really appears that he has a full armor set. He has an incredible Eternian battle-style axe, which can attach to his nunchaku, making it even more deadly. And this is what I mean by these early paint masters can change drastically, as his face mask now appears to have cuts inside of the apertures, and now appears that the mask is actually gold, whereas the previous image made it look silver. As well, this version of the strap set appears to have colored spikes, whereas this version appears to have non-colored spikes. Again, these early prototypes still have a lot of development to go through, so it'll be interesting to see what the final version of Panthro actually looks like. The other side of his nunchaku can also have the attached flail, which gives it additional added play features, and I really appreciate that. But obviously you cannot go wrong with Panthro's original look. He looks amazing here. And with this particular version and stance, I don't really notice the elongated forearms as much. These will go amazingly well with my Cat's Lair, and I really appreciate the overall efforts being put into these figures and the added play features with the new armor sets. Panthro's looking wicked here with his traditional accessories. The spikes here are not colored, and even though they're not, it doesn't really detract too much from the overall figure, and I can't wait until we get these guys into our collections. Panthro comes with everything that you see here. He is pretty much decked out with this version. He comes with Panthro himself with all of this new armor set. It is actually a shoulder pauldron looking at it now. This version has colored spikes, which remains to be seen on the final version. The sash with the traditional Eternian belt. His single shin guard, reminiscent of Man-at-Arms. He has replaceable Eternian style boots, that flail attachment for his arm, the Man-at-Arms inspired rebreather, that new mask attachment, the flail along with the axe, and of course his traditional nunchaku. This is incredible. These will be eventually listed on Entertainment Earth, and the Wave 1 figures are still available for pre-order right now on Entertainment Earth. I'll have links in the description below where you can order these right now if you haven't already pre-ordered them. And if we head back to toyhabits.com, scrolling down to the bottom, you can find all the available links that have been discovered on Amazon.com. Don't forget to give Toy Habits a like and a follow, as they are always listing these pre-order links well ahead of time. I want to thank toyhabits.com for once again posting this information. Definitely give Toy Habits a like and a follow. Huge shout out to Michael and the Toy Sorceress for always keeping us in the loop. The Master Universe Cross Thundercats figures have been fully revealed thanks to our good friends over at toyhabits.com. And this is an incredible brand new toy line for both of these properties, which go so well together, and people have been talking about them for years, trying to get these two properties together, and Mattel and Warner Brothers have finally made this happen. And I, for one, am definitely looking forward to being able to collect my favorite two toy lines of all time in one fell swoop. Thundercats ho! Now the Thundercats truly have the power. Wow, guys, Master Universe Cross Thundercats really is getting me excited, as these figures look absolutely stunning. HeMan has a brand new look, almost like a 2000X version of He-Man or King Grayskull crossed over with the Master of the Universe movie He-Man with Dolph Lundgren. Very much that similar style. And I am loving those furry shoulder pauldrons along with the new armor set and just the new unique look, not being so staunch and, squat. Very much a cartoon collection style of figure, coinciding with what the Thundercats look like as well. And of course, the Thundercats being able to take off all of their Eternian style armor and look just like the Thundercats of old. Mwah! Absolute chef's kiss. These guys will definitely fit in well with my Cat's Lair, as the size is a little bit more proportional in terms of what I'm looking for. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what are your thoughts about this Wave 2 leaked photos that were discovered by ToyHabits.com. Remember, guys, please give ToyHabits.com a like and a follow. They're doing incredible work. Michael and the Toy Sorceress absolutely are killing it these days. Give them a like and a follow. Tell them Jay sent you. Are you guys interested in picking up Wave 2 of the Thundercats crossed over with Master Universe? And are you loving the designs for these brand new figures? Or are you not into these crossovers at all, and you could really pass these by as they just don't look like what you were expecting for Thundercats or Master Universe? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy News continues in 2025, everybody. And as I mentioned earlier, I did a live stream with a good friend, Danny Green, over at Titans Talking Toys, the Titan Toys YouTube page, and we cover pretty much everything that we don't cover here on the Mega J Retro channel. And today we talked a lot about what's going on with Hasbro, its licenses with Mattel and Star Wars, and the relationship with Disney and what's going on with that. Was it good? Was it bad? You can take a look at that video right here, and I'll see you guys there. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. The Thundercats now have the power. Thundercats, ho. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.